So this is what happens if you're too aggressive against an advanced player, like me. We've got e4, normal, most common opening, and they come back with e6, which is sort of French defense. You'd normally use that against d4, but anyway, out comes my knight as usual. First sort of Spanish or Italian opening, and out comes the queen immediately. Now, there are a few things you need to watch here. For example, you've got to watch that you don't move this bishop, because it'll save that pawn. And you've also got to watch out what you do with this bishop, because again, we've got another little pawn there. This queen can cause some mayhem if you don't get her down. So the first thing, get those knights out. Get them out. There's ways of chasing her around using knights. He does something there to limit my knight from being able to go to b5, but that doesn't limit this. The queen moves across. Now, so as I can move that kingside knight, this one here, I'm just going to add an extra pawn there, bolstering that pawn. And of course I want a castle. Well, if I take the bishop out now, his queen's going to come and steal this pawn here on my kingside. So these are the little traps and tricks that you have to watch. That queen has got many hands in many directions. Out comes the bishop, that's not a problem. I can parry that with mine. And he does that just to stop my bishop coming further up, I suppose. Although it wouldn't necessarily stop my knight from moving over somewhere to worry his queen. But we don't do that. We get ready for the fianchetto. We can do it from inside because my knight is covered by the queen anyway. So let's just get rid of that bishop. And that structure seems fine to me now. Honestly, I'm not worried. I've got two pieces developed. My queen's got open file there, openish. And all he's got out really is the queen. If you look at his pawn structure, it doesn't actually release any of his pieces properly.
Check.
So he comes with a check. Not a problem. We've got that. And there's nothing he gets to take. Brings out this knight now. So
Kingside castling.
now I can castle. So again, look at this. I've castled. I've got pieces developed. And he's got just the queen developed. And a bit of a knight. Over comes the knight. Well, if you remember in one of my other tutorials, one of my short ones, I do tell you that as long as your bishop is this far from the knight, that knight cannot move forward without the risk of being taken. So that's perfect. That's the perfect knight to bring out for me. And the pawn that's next to his queen is still covered by my knight. So we're all good. So she moves back. And one thing that occurred to me now suddenly is that actually his queen could get into a very embarrassing position if she's not careful. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. So she comes back to here. Now that's not a nice place for the queen to be. That's pretty scary for a less experienced player than me. And sometimes it's even scary for me. I decided on this. Originally I was thinking I could move this bishop over there and then slide it back in. But it's a bit vulnerable. You know, he can attack it like this. So I thought, no, the bishop is not the right piece. Although that is set up, the fianchetto for the bishop, that is not the correct piece to drive away his queen. The correct piece in this instance is actually the knight. And the way to do that, obviously I can't move it up to here because he's put that pawn there, is simply to move my king across and make space for the knight. And then whatever he does next brings out something else. He's got hardly any pieces he can bring out. And there it is. Now, I just want you to look at this for a second and ask yourself if his queen has got anywhere safe she can go. And the answer is no. The best move his queen can make right now is actually that, which helps me to complete my fianchetto. And it doesn't help him in the slightest. So, after that knight move, he let the clock run out. He basically resigned. So what's the lesson from today? Well, the lesson is become a good player and you will not be scared of queens that come out early. you will relish the Queen coming out early, the Wandering Queen. Have a look under my tutorials about Wandering Queen and you will see the joys and fun that we have with Wandering Queens. So until next time, if you've enjoyed this, like and subscribe to Chess Voices, the most relaxing chess channel on YouTube, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.